negotiators.
I don't think I would see this intersection measure in isolation, but rather see it in the context of a very interesting sort of dance now that's going on between the administration in the twilight of its term in office and the government in Tehran.
Still, some observers warn that the U.S. should proceed with caution on renewing any kind of diplomatic relations with Iran. John Lindbergh was a staffer at the U.S. Embassy in Tehran and was one of the 52 Americans held hostage there in 1979.
What you had 30 years ago was an outrageous violation of international standards endorsed by the Iranian authorities, whoever they were. Now, if that situation hasn't changed, clearly you don't want to send someone back into an atmosphere where such a thing could happen again.
The State Department hasn't confirmed plans to open an intersection in Tehran, though yesterday a department spokesperson said that the U.S. wants to have people-to-people contact with the Iranian people. Today, Iran's foreign minister said his country would be open to talks on establishing a U.S. intersection in the Iranian capital. For The World, I'm Cyrus Farivar.
Wayne Smith, you served as chief of mission at the U.S. intersection in Havana, Cuba between 1979 and 1982. What was your job there?
Well, my job was as if I had been ambassador. I was the chief of mission. I conducted negotiations, conversations with the Cuban government. I oversaw the operation of our diplomatic mission in Havana. My job was that of the ambassador without the title.
So what is it like to have, I mean, when you think about what might be happening in Tehran, with a possible intersection there, what's it like, from your perspective, to be in an area that is hostile to the United States and that the United States is hostile to be plunked right in the middle of it?
Well, what you are supposed to do as a diplomat is to try to resolve problems, try to mend disagreements, and to improve relations. That certainly is what I tried to do in Havana. I met with some reception, some response from the Cuban government, but my problem was my own government, which I don't think could ever make up its mind whether it really wants to have a better relationship with Cuba or not.
Well, you worked under two presidents, first under Carter and then under Reagan.
I worked under Carter, and I think Carter wanted to improve relations, but there were those in his administration who definitely did not. It made it very difficult to move ahead.
So what did that mean for you on the ground, on the daily basis?
It was very difficult because I would try to put across positions to the Cubans only to have them contradicted by voices back in Washington.
Now that kind of frustration can happen even if you're an ambassador in Paris. And it happens when you're the chief of mission in a place like Havana, Cuba. What's the difference? What's that like?
Well, it's